Thanks, Kevin. Is that going to be a great judge for us or what? I did want to say one thing. We had those of you who know the world situation and how bad it's gotten, the kind of things that are happening in the Middle East, the things that are happening in China and Taiwan, the things that are happening in Russia. We need to pray for the world. There's no question the lack of leadership from the most powerful office in the land is absent. This person is not showing up when we need him. This world needs him. So we'll say, God bless the world. Our next speaker is Mr. Michael Berlanga. Michael is a candidate for the office of Texas State Senator, District 19. He holds a master's degree in professional accounting from UTSA. He has lectured as an adjunct professor at the UTL Science Center and has owned and managed businesses in the areas of finance, real estate, and tax matters. And I knew him through my kids. Would you please welcome Mr. Michael Berlanga.
In the interest of time, I will attempt to be perfectly clear and brief. How do you like that? My name is Michael Berlanga. I'm running for State Senate for District 19. And what's significant about that is that it would give those of you who are here for the same core values that brought us all together the opportunity to have a swing vote in the Senate. It is critical. This is one of the most underestimated, most significant races in the state legislature. I was blessed by God to help John Garza become the swing vote in the House of Representatives. I seek your support in prayer, in donations, in volunteering, to support the same miracle that happened when Kiko Canseco won a district that goes from San Antonio to Eagle Pass to Alpine and back. This is the race that can give us what the leadership that this state needs for the first time in the state's history to say we have a conservative leadership in the Senate to the supermajority of 21 votes. My background is simple, and I'll leave it for the specific purpose of this message. I am the grandson of a Mexican who died during the Mexican Revolution. It's Berlanga. My mother flunked the first grade because she couldn't speak English. My father volunteered for World War II because he couldn't be drafted. I was blessed to go to grade school at St. Mary's Grade School. I graduated from Central Catholic in 3 years because my father died when I was 14 of a cerebral hemorrhage. But if one of you were to pass out right now because you have a tumor leaning on a blood vessel, I ask you, would you want us to rip your head open right now, or would you like us to wait 24 hours and make sure we have the best medical opinion possible, that you have your affairs in order? This is all we ask when we ask to pass a sonogram bill. Just practical health care. We don't make it different from Maverick County than Bear County, but the senator I'm running against thinks it varies. And I'll take him to task on these matters. I'll take him to task when LULAC says if you steal the voting rights of the customers that are Bear Met, it is ill-conceived and lobbyist-driven how you can tell us that you want to represent all the district. This is the person, Carlos Uresti, that needs to stop being the state senator. And I need your help to tell everybody that word, because it's not apparent to those who would be fooled by politics. But let me tell you something personal. My mother, after having 2 children, had 5 miscarriages. And then I was blessed to come along because she kept trying. We had 5 more children. So the odds are pretty good that I can win when I'm one of 7 out of 12, because my mother persevered. And I would tell you this much, as a CPA, I find it appalling that we have to wait to follow Roe versus Wade to determine whether we can claim an exemption on our tax returns when miscarriages occur 20% of the time. When you hear that you're pregnant and you have an unintended, unanticipated termination of that pregnancy because of it's God's will that it wasn't able to happen, does that lessen the significance that you knew that you already had life, that you painted a room blue or you painted a room pink, and that when that child didn't come to full term, that you still celebrated that life, that you buried that life. Well, we need to sponsor legislation that says that the hospitals will do the same thing. Give us a death certificate when you know that we've suffered already a tragedy. And then let's take that to the federal government and say, I want to claim that birth. This is the kind of creative leadership we need to help keep moving the ball forward. And I promise you, this is not partisan. So you have a card in front of you that might suggest that we should all vote Republican. Well, I would have told you vote the person, not the party, when Kennedy was running, because he was the first Catholic to be the President of the United States. But you know what? He lowered taxes, and he stood strong against Fidel Castro. But not today. So today I'll tell you something different. You've got a card in your hand, and it says there is a difference. And if the Democrats need 3 votes to figure out that God should be on their platform, then I don't think we need 3 votes to figure out that we're going to just pull the lever. God bless everybody.